guys! Today I'm going to continue talking about the uses of has and have in a sentence. So let's talk about the present perfect sentence. The present perfect sentence has the following format: subject plus has or have plus the past participle of the verb. Let's talk about the past participle of the verb. Verb has three forms: the infinitive form, the past form, and the past participle. There are two kinds of verbs: the regular verb and the irregular verb. Regular verb are those words whose past form is added with ed or d or ied. And the other kind of a verb is the irregular verb, whose past form is totally different from the regular form. We have here some examples. So for the verb visit, the past is visited, and the past participle is also visited. That's an example of a regular verb. Talk, talked, and talked is also a regular verb. Now let's have the irregular verbs. Eat, ate, eaten. Go, went, gone. See, saw, seen. And the be verb is, am, are. Past form is was and were. And the past participle is been. And has and have, the past form is had, and the past participle is also had. So for the present perfect sentence, we only use the past participle form of the verb. Again, the format is subject plus has or have plus the past participle form of the verb. Please note that I've given just a few examples of the verb words. There are thousands of verbs out there, and try to get yourself familiarized with them and the different forms of the verb, of course. Alright, now that we learned the format of a present perfect sentence, let's talk about when to use it. So we use the present perfect sentence on three occasions. Number one is when we talk about something that started to happen in the past and it continues in the present. For example, I've been a teacher for 7 years. So I was a teacher 7 years ago, and I'm still a teacher right now. I've been a teacher for 7 years. Another example, she has lived in London all her life. So she was born in London and she still lives there. So she has lived in London all her life. Happened in the past and continues in the present. Another use of the present perfect sentence is when we talk about our experiences up to the present. For example, we've seen that movie before. So it's an experience that happened in the past, but it's relevant to what's being talked about now. So I want to say that I've experienced it and I've seen that movie, or me and my friend, we've seen that movie before. Another example, I've been to Thailand 3 times. So I want the listener to focus on my experience that I've been to Thailand 3 times, and it's related to what's being talked about now. So that's the second use of the present perfect sentence. The third use is when we talk about something that happened in the past, but it's important to what's happening in the present. For example, my car is in the shop. I've had an accident. So the experience that I had an accident is related to now. I can use the present perfect sentence to say that I've had an accident and it's affecting my situation right now, which is not having a car and where my car is. Another example. My mom isn't home. She has gone shopping. So my mom being in the shop is affecting the present right now. That's the reason why she's not at home. All right, now the most common question about the present perfect sentence is when to know if to use the simple past or the present perfect. So it's kind of tricky because some people actually mistake using the present perfect if they really mean to use the simple past. The best way to remember is that for the present perfect sentence, we focus more on the action or the experience, while the simple past sentence focuses more on the time of when the action or the experience happened. For example, I could say, I've been to Thailand because I just want to talk about the experience of having been to Thailand. And it may be because I've forgotten when, or the time when I've been there is irrelevant. Like the listener is not really interested about when. It's just interested to know if I've been there or not. So I'll just use the present perfect. I've been to Thailand. But if I know that the listener is interested to know about the time when the experience happened, then I will use the simple past. I'll say, I went to Thailand last year, or I was in Thailand last year, or I visited Thailand last year. So those are examples of simple past. That's the difference between using simple past or the present perfect. That's all for today. I hope you learned something. Thank you and good day.